All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the World Championship Series as we are in Challenger Day 3 here in Europe. We've already had 2 series conclude in our Terrans versus Terrans, and now we completely shake things up and we go over to a very interesting matchup.
Yeah, for me, this is the best matchup of the entire 3 days, as we get to see the most feared player of the entire World Championship Series Challenger. Elfi was not picked by anybody. He was left over. TargA was the player who had no choice in the matter, and whoever didn't pick this guy, TargA had to do it. TargA has to go against the hardest player in Challenger, Elfi.
And he's a wild card. He is such a dangerous player because you never know what to expect from Elfi. But that being said, you know, TargA is a very reactionary player himself. We've seen him in WCS do pretty well against Protoss that have just thrown crazy little games at him, and he's been able to react accordingly. But can he react to one of the most volatile, crazy players in the entire European scene?
TargA is a fantastic Zerg player. No doubt he's had multiple good runs in the WCS. He's had a top 8 before, and he's made it to the round of 32 as well. But Elfi is the man.
Apparently.
He is the player that nobody wants to play against. He is the daddy of Season 2, and I'm expecting big performances from the Finn.
Yep, I am as well. As you know, he's not on a team currently, but he's basically battling for his cat. Pekka, battling for his cat, making sure that he can try and be triumphant, win as much money as possible to make sure that that cat is as well played for as possible. So let's get into things as we get into game number 1. Spawning down to the bottom right-hand corner, even has the picture of the cat as his little logo here in StarCraft. It is Elfi from Finland, and up to the top left-hand corner, it's our red Zerg representing Imaginary Gaming. It is TargA.
And Elfi, the most feared player in all of the World Championship Series, is going across the map with a probe. Very early on, he's going to be proxying. He's taking the fight to TargA. Elfi is the challenger, but Elfi's coming for Premier League, boys.
Oh, yes, he is. And imagine if he's able to make it through, he'll be our own European Haas, potentially. As, oh my god, that's actually the most dreamy matchup I've ever thought of.
Elfi versus Hazman.
Please be real.
Elfi hype.
Oh my god. Oh, I'm so happy right now. Anyway, yeah, this is in a really, really odd spot as proxies go as well. So this is not going to be spotted anytime soon.
No, it's not. And there's, funny enough, TargA's drone scouting or moving out with a drone, which is very, very uncommon in this matchup, or as a Zerg in general. You just don't send out a drone very often. The drone here can either plant a hatchery on the other side of the map, which, for me, in my head, makes more sense because no one drone scouts in this matchup. But that's what it looks like is more than likely going to happen here. It would be so crazy if this was a hatch block versus a proxy gateway on the other side, because TargA's just spending money for no reason. Right, it is going to be that, because no one scouts in this. Like, you don't need to scout. It is a gateway cannon rush from Elfi.
Oh my god.
The probe is going to be spotted by...
Why did it come from that direction, of all directions?
Huh. But the thing is, TargA has a hatchery that isn't helping on the other side of the map.
Okay.
This just is not helping.
This is just weird.
And now Elfi's like, wait a minute, there's no hatchery. What are you doing? And then he's going to be in like, wait, this spawning pool, lol.
This is going to be a bit strange.
He'd probably cannon just here on the edge of creep. Cannon inside the main base. Do it!
Do it, mate. It'd be great. As we got the Zealot on the way, the Overlord now sees the gateway and can probably even be anticipating the fact that, well, there's a pylon down here as well. Why is there a pylon here? Oh, no, it's going to be Zealots and cannons.
Yeah, and Elfi's going to cannon his own natural just to make sure that this doesn't become a problem.
That's perfect. Yeah. Absolutely perfect. As this Zealot is going to be moving across now to put on some pressure with the second one as well.
Trying to keep that Zealot away from getting in that mineral line, but he's going to hug the back instead.
Nice.
Second one coming in, very annoying. And Elfi's come back to cannon rush himself.
He's still got no units. He's come back to cannon rush himself, yep. That is the reality that we live in right now. Spinecrawler's going to start up with these 2 Zealots. 2 is always better than 1, Sean.
Yeah, and there's a 3rd on the way too. There's been a lot of chrono boost into that. And there's even a 4th.
He's losing up quite a bit of mining time here, trying to dance around, but he is buying time for that Spinecrawler to finish up. Grabs himself 1 drone already. Here come the Zerglings.
I mean, there's a reason why Elfi is just the most feared. Look at this.
I know, yeah.
He's cannon rushing himself. He's got Zealots on the other side of the map. This guy is a beast.
Let's face it, no one wants to have to deal with this. Elfi is just causing TargA all sorts of headaches right now, losing so much mind time. Yes, the Spinecrawler's finished up, and there's 4 Zealots now to actually deal with this. If he sniffs out the fact that that Spinecrawler is going to uproot, he'll be able to pounce on it and kill it off as quickly as you can say catnip.
And he's getting rid of this hatchery on the side of the map now with 2 cannons as well. Oh dear me, TargA, you've met your match.
Seems so, seems so. 5th Zealot going to come in here for Elfi as well. 6th one in production. He's already killed off quite a few workers. 4 have ended up falling. It's 19 workers to 11 for Elfi, with a hatchery that is just not useful on the other side here for TargA. Oh, he didn't smell it. He didn't smell it. So can't quite easily jump on in to try and exploit it.
Well, in a minute he's going to have more than enough Zealots just to fight the Spinecrawler anyway. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Walking on forwards. Zerglings really want to go for the trade as well. I think he knows he's up against it here, as he's going to trade off all of the Zerglings pretty much. 3 Zealots still remain. Elf is going to transition behind this, of course.
Yep, Simon X might as well just 4-gate this guy as well.
Yeah, it's true. Well, and he's going to lose quite a few more of these Zerglings as well, with the Spinecrawler in a very aggressive position to try and stop any more reinforcements that come along. He feels that his Zerglings as well as Queen count is enough to deal with the Zealots that are in base, and actually kind of catches them off guard there a bit easily, but 10 workers ahead now.
Yeah, it's a wonderful position here for Elfi, and TargA just walked into this one.
Unfortunately for him, he did. And again, just to reiterate, this is why he is as feared as he is. As for now, as Zealot, as Stalker being chrono boosted out, can grab himself an Overlord kill as well. So it goes from bad to worse here for TargA.
Yeah, there's Lings on the other side of the map too. There's quite a few Lings out now for TargA, but Zealot and Stalker now. Stalker just can't be touched. There's no Zergling speed. It's can micro all day.
Yeah,
Overlord can be killed here.
Well, just work on some of these Zerglings that are going to have to run away. There is the Overlord in the main base that actually does see
Zergling's
this.
running into the main base here. TargA, sneaky, sneaky.
Oh, gets in.
Gets 2, but there's another core.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter in the slightest. As Zerglings extra, where are they going? I mean, Zealot Stalker can just now do a little bit of extra containment here.
Come on, Alfie, get Wargate research. I was waiting for that. It took ages.
Yeah, it's on the way. It's on the way. Sentry even being warped in back, made back at home. He wants to get onto that pylon, slow down some of this production, but Stalker numbers are going to increase, and there goes the Nexus.
Eventually. And TargA's on 1 base. Happy days. Happy, happy days.
This is one of those series where by the end of it, TargA's going to be scratching his head regardless of if he wins or loses.
Elfi just needs to build an Oracle, Twilight Cancel, and DTs next.
Perfect. I don't want to... yeah. Never mind. Yeah, he can just do whatever he wants. He can do whatever he wants. He's going into a standard transition of Stargate into the wall in here. But obviously he can just put on tons of pressure and then hurt his opponent pretty badly.
Yeah, this is bad news for TargA. He's building up quite a high amount of Zerglings. He can finally break the gateway pylon stuff up there in the forge. But where does he go from this? Does he try to recover? Does he try to destroy this and take a third? He's just building on more and more Zerglings. He knows that he is so far behind. It looks like he may just try to break the wall and, if not, die trying.
Yep, here comes the Oracle now. What does he really have to fend it off? Not too much. There's just the 2 queens across these 2 locations, and then once it flies in, yes, he has the creep spread between these bases because he's had the extra energy. Why on earth not do that? But so at least that will keep the queens quite mobile.
This is... What are you building, TargA? Come on, I know you're... Drones, okay, so he's going to try. And drone up, take a third. This is, of course, in the World Championship Series, a massive moment, despite the way these games have been played out. But these Lings won't do anything. This Oracle is going to do everything.
Yeah, wasn't even spotted. This Overlord will finally get vision on it, and then he'll be like, oh, damn. Please be a hallucination, because I don't want to lose any more drones in this game. Queen... Gonna try and move into position maybe, and he just starts spore crawling now, but
he knows.
I'm gonna lose a few more drones here. Regardless, they're dancing around, but 5 extra go down.
6 and out, and even a second Oracle, of course. Why not? Come on, go for Dark Templar.
Do it, Elfi. He's bringing a lot of extra gas. Plus, 1 weapons have started. It's funny because I actually thought to myself that maybe that forge wasn't dead up there and he was taking it there. But no, he's actually got another forge.
Alright, Oracle coming for some more juicy kills.
Oh, and the Spore Crawler isn't even finished, so he gets a few more as well. Denies even more mining time. And elfi playing this out well.
The most feared European player.
Really causing a lot of hurt here to TargA. Void Ray's on the way, as well as a lot of extra gateways here, basically to try and finish this off.
Yeah. Even the mighty Naniwa, who had a choice between elfi and Kung Fu Panda, said no way.
Nope.
No way. Not playing elfi. Chose Kung Fu Panda yesterday.
So can keep an eye on third base, but not much more than that. This is, he doesn't really have much more that he can do, I'll be honest. 35 workers against 44. Even TargA supply block now. What actually died off? Is it a Stalker? Overlord even? Well. Well.
TargA's got his economy kind of online for 2 base. 37, not ideal, but...
Ah, you tricky guy. There we go. It was this Void Ray.
Here we go. 3 extra gateways being added on here for elfi. We have a total of about 6 or 7 or 8. Somewhere around there. It's elfi. And he's going to go for an attack. And he's going to look to finish this game and move to map number 2. A very solid game here from the Finn. Of course, super solid. Probably one of the most solid games you'll see all day.
Definitely.
And he's looking to close it up with the finishing move.
Oh, yes. You're going to walk across there. And even second extra pylon just in case behind this one. Another pylon there maybe for good measure.
They call this the triple X Fin Slam.
Yeah.
From where elfi comes from.
Yeah, it's a scary thing. I can't remember where he was the knight of. He's the knight of somewhere in Finland. I need to remember the name. But regardless, this is a strong push.
I think he comes from the Lake Lackey.
Lake Lackey?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, here comes the finishing blow from elfi to take map number 1 here against TargA, our Premier League player of Season 1. And the triple X Fin Slam is activated.
Oh, there they are. That's the triple X Fin Slam with a double triple X Fin Slam as well. So many force fields just placed everywhere to slow down all of this army coming out from the hatchery and also on the ramp as well. Place them anywhere. It doesn't really matter. There's not enough firepower here for TargA to stop this.
No, there's not enough. The Void Rage is going untouched, and that is it. GG. elfi's going to take map number 1 with his awesome build and strategy.
Very, very well done there by elfi to take game at number 1 over TargA. And now TargA is probably going to have to play a bit more defensive.
Well, it's elfi. I mean, TargA's definitely the on paper favored player, but elfi is the most feared player of the European scene. Of course, not being picked up by anyone, and TargA had to play him. So we'll see. I know TargA's going to shake himself and be like, all right, elfi, let's do this. Let's really do this best of 5 and see what he can take, see where this takes him. But elfi's a menace, man, and there's a lot more of this kind of stuff can happen. Yeah,
I think he was on Team Menace for a small while for a reason. As for now, going over to Expedition Lost, TargA really has to keep an eye on absolutely everything, be on total lockdown, because there's no reason that elfi couldn't just pull the same kind of shenanigans again.
Yeah, this time TargA doesn't want to be having a hatchery on the other side of the map. There's no importance in that for him. You've got to stop that straight away.
I mean, even if TargA had gone hatchery first there anyway, how well would that build have worked out for elfi? I think it would have probably done damage as well anyway.
I mean, if elfi had done what?
The same gateway forge against the hatchery first in
No, he would have won the game anyway. He would have cannon rushed that with Zealots. So either way, wherever the hatchery was planted on the other side of the map or with TargA on his second, it was a good build for elfi.
So spawning pool first is what we're wanting to go for.
Yeah, no more hatcheries versus this guy. He will cannon rush you, and he's not afraid to.
Yeah, definitely. All right, well, now we're just waiting to get into this second game, as it looks like everyone is good to go. elfi at the moment on track to try and get back into Premier here, as we've seen him a few times in WCS, I believe.
He's played in Challenger 4 times, Premier League once in Season 2 of 2013, but he hasn't been in Premier League for a good couple of years now, almost 2 years since he played in Premier League. So a big moment for elfi to come back in the WCS in his career.
Yeah, and TargA likewise, we've seen him a lot in WCS before. He had a really, really deep run back a few seasons past, but aside from that, hasn't been able to replicate that kind of magic just yet.
No, unfortunately, he was eliminated by Pig in Season 1, and Well, he's back for Season 2, but can he make it to Premier League? He's got to go through. Elfi.
All right, let's get into this. Expedition lost. Down to the bottom left-hand corner. It is our red Zerg. It is TargA. And up to the top right-hand corner, he is a terror indeed. It is elfi.
All right, small map. Rocks at the back. Protoss players find it hard to take third base. It is time for elfi to do this type of stuff again. Let's see what he's going to bring to the table. I would like a 2-base Immortal Colossus all in, please, elfi.
Is that your order?
Yep.
That's the speciality here for elfi. He likes to whip up all kinds of concoctions that are going to hit you pretty hard and pretty fast. Then you won't know what's happened. Well, for elfi, for now, this is actually looking kind of normal to start things off.
Imagine if TargA does the hatchery thing again. It's so funny.
Where is
Playing
he
with
going?
fire if he does stuff like this.
Yeah.
He's actually going to hatch towards the back, okay.
Oh, God.
So let's see how well elfi... I mean, TargA is playing and fighting cheese with cheese.
Yeah, this series. I know. We know exactly how this is all going to play out, this series. Oh,
all right,
geez.
hatchery, let's do it.
Let's go.
Hype for the cheese.
Hype, hype, hype. Oh, my God.
These Nordic men.
They don't beat around the bush. They just go straight for it. They know what they want.
TargA's a guy that in his spare time flips trees around, but today he's proxying hatcheries.
Yeah.
And elfi's going to know about it, because if these rocks break down, this is a good... It's actually a really good build, and so far, every time I've seen this build, it's won.
Yeah.
It just hasn't lost every time I've seen it, so... elfi, not really... yeah, I mean, he's probably going to be on the other side of the map, at least for him. But how is he going to deal with this? A gas is going to be taken for Zergling speed. 2 drones moving out, ready for the double spine attack.
And it shouldn't cross the path. They should be able to evade this probe, as they will head on down just a little bit further south, making sure that they're not going to be spotted. But once again...
Already, he's going to be like, wait a minute.
Yeah, what is happening now?
So he checks the back of his base, or should do, all the gold. 2 things that could happen.
It's the more common go-to nowadays, fully enough, this kind of hatchery at this position. We're seeing it quite a bit recently.
And elfi's going to build a cyber core. Not phased right now.
Doesn't care.
Maybe checking the gold base.
And the thing is that even with these buildings, he won't really see creep, I don't think.
He's in the middle of the map. Checks 1 gold.
Nope, not there. And
Not
now
been
he's going all
phased
the way
yet.
back.
He's going all the way back. He's not phased. He hasn't kind of pulled any probes, started any pylons down there. He's going to see it.
Still so difficult to hold. So difficult. He sees the creep now, and now it's...
Now he knows, but how is he going to deal with it? The Cybercore was really fast. I mean, he didn't kind of skip a beat with that. Didn't make a mistake. But how does he stop this?
It's a lot of pressure about to hit. Queen is about to pop as well. Creep tumors will go down. He'll spread that on forwards and allow those spine crawlers to slowly walk
so
up.
Mothership core out immediately. Sentry being built, 2nd unit, and he's going to try to cannon like around these 2 pylons he has inside his main base. There's no way he can cannon down south. Even if he tries this, it won't work. He's got to cannon around his Nexus.
Yeah.
Protect his 1-base Nexus. That's all you got to do. I mean, Showtime was very close to defending this the other day. He's got to give up the Nexus on the natural.
All right, Marcella doesn't want to be walking down there. He's going to get surrounded. Oh, and that's going to be a free pickings here for TargA.
Man,
really
that should
good
have been in the wall.
Ah, dear me. Oh, well, this is going to die off pretty quick. He has 1 force field
He's going to try and cannon here, but...
Oh,
these links.
Oh, no, they're going to get it before he even gets a force field.
No! Might as well force field.
Might as well. Get use out of what you've got. Now, an attempt at cannons here, but it's not much.
Oh, and, well... This is not working out so well. Not even photon overcharge yet. And unfortunately, elfi in a bit of trouble. This
Just a bit.
Is going to have a 100% success rate.
Yep, Zerglings flood in from both angles. And now, even with speed done, he's got nothing left. Absolutely nothing left.
Unfortunately, if these cannons don't finish, this is game over. 1-1 in the cheese match.
Brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff as TargA really bringing it to elfi. There's the photon overcharge, and maybe that'll buy time for cannons actually to finish, but he's lost everything else.
Yeah, and there's just more and more lings on the way. This build's very powerful.
Unfortunately for our Protoss players at the moment, they're really not scouting for it. Not able to find this. and try and suss it out just yet.
Yeah, TargA's now waiting, going to destroy this Nexus, and then when Photon Overcharge is down inside the main base, he will go through to destroy these cannons. 2 extra ones being made, but there's no gateway, there's no cyber core, it's just these cannons.
Doesn't even care, just walks on forwards, putting on the pressure, killing off first cannon. Second one will eventually die here, and even the mothership core is going to die off 2 of the queens. Brilliant stuff here from TargA, able to bring the pressure on back to elfi here in the start of this crazy series.
Yeah, 16 more Lings, even though that cannon finishes at the back there, and 2 more on the way with more and more Lings. Ugh. Can even get in range of the Nexus soon with his spine crawlers.
Yeah, with that extra creep tumor going down, I mean, even if you just walked them for very, they'd be totally fine. Zergling's trying to wrap around these positions and find an extra little bit of room to kill off some workers, maybe even get the sentry.
Boom! 3 cannons down and offline.
And there you go, GG. Game number 2 goes to TargA here in this best of 5 after crazy stuff once again.
Yeah, what's next? What's game number 3?
The funny thing is that in game number 2, elfi was like, all right, I'll go gateway Nexus. And then now he's probably like, you've angered the cheese gods, how dare you?
Yeah, this is going to be a fun series.
Yeah, this is probably going to go one direction. Not the band. Hearthstone isn't playing yet. So for now, we just wait until we get into game number 3 and figure out how elfi is going to approach this next one. Likewise, though, TargA, Proxy Hatch, 2 games in a row. Wasn't really expecting him to bring that out in this series.
I wanted to do it 3 games in a row.
Yeah?
Just do it, man.
Just keep going.
Just do it. Even if the map's going to be a big map like Inferno Pools, just do it. Inferno Pools is a great third map. You know, this map just encourages this type of play, so do it again.
Do it
just
again.
Keep going. Just keep going, please. Keep me entertained.
The funny thing is that Inferno Pools, this is the first time we've actually seen it in the whole of Challenger, I think, here in Europe. And what better way to bring it first than TargA and elfi?
Yeah, these guys are really showing the other side of StarCraft, that's for sure.
Yeah, we've had some crazy games so far. Of course, Day 2 had its fair share of crazy games. But obviously with elfi here, what else do you expect other than absolute insanity?
Oh, okay, it's the wrong map. It's not Inferno Pools.
Oh.
It was hosted incorrectly.
Oh, elfi said vetoed this.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Wrong host.
Well, that's happened a few times, actually. But regardless, Iron Fortress is going to be the next one between our 2 players. And I'm trying to find out the entirety of this. So it's Echo and then Varney after if we need them.
Yep.
If we need Varney. Yeah, so.
Yeah, this is... it doesn't matter how you win. It's the win that counts at the end. And I'm sure a lot of people are enjoying these type of games as well. It's a good pace change from what we've seen so far, because we have had a couple of slower matches, but this is turning out to be the fast series, which is always fun.
Yep, definitely. And again, there's plenty of room here for them to go for crazy stuff. elfi, the thing is that even if he goes for something like he did on Expedition Lost, like the gateway into Nexus, he can happily just follow that up with a very, very strong 2-base timing himself anyway, which is always full of aggression and full of craziness itself. Yeah,
there's, I mean, Protoss is the Swiss Army knife of StarCraft. There's everything to do. There's so many different types of builds, strategies, and attacks that elfi can make. And he knows them all. He's been doing it for years and years and years, for 5 years now, of these aggressive 2-3 base Protoss plays. And he's famous for it. He is famous for it. So, especially against Zerg too, I want to see a classic Immortal push come out today. I want some DTs to be used, an Immortal push. And probably just a straight-out cannon rush. That's the things I want to see in the rest of the series.
All right, so that's the next things on the menu in this kind of 5-course dinner that you've got planned.
Yeah. Bring out the Protoss book of builds.
Of interesting builds. All right, okay, so Iron Fortress now loading up. 1-1 here in this best of 5. And elfi, well, let's see what he's going to bring as we get into the next map. And spawning down to the bottom left-hand corner, it is our blue Protoss. It is elfi. And up to the top right-hand corner, we have our red Zerg. It is TargA for Imaginary Gaming.
And elfi with the better head-to-head between these 2 players. 4 games to 1, 4 series to 1 over TargA over the last couple of years. But TargA definitely the more recently established pro. I mean, they're both pros, but TargA has had better success in the last year or two than elfi. But it'd be good to see elfi come back into the scene. We have missed him.
We've seen very little of him as of late. You are right. Very, very little. Not playing as much as he was before, or in that period of time wasn't playing as he was before, of course. And the thing is that elfi, being the wild card that he is, for the longest time, he was a very slow player. And then he kind of sped up a little bit, and he incorporated a little bit more than just the kind of cheesy, aggressive styles into his play. But then, off the back of that, he actually had some pretty good results. I remember him finishing pretty highly at things like DreamHack, for example.
Yeah, he's reached the top 8 before. I don't think he ever reached a top 4, but definitely top 8.
Yeah, he did have some good results. And, you know, as we've seen in the Challenger kind of picks and picking phase, nobody wants to play him. Nobody wants to play him, for good reason. He's so dangerous. Yeah,
he's had a good couple of top 8s before in his career, elfi, but he's never been higher than that.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I take that back. He got a final in the Interstream Masters in 2011.
Wasn't that to Idra winning that?
I think so, yeah. Way back when.
Yeah.
But apart from that, just a couple of top 8s spread around. He had 2 top 8s at DreamHacks. So, yeah, he's had his ups and downs.
I'm sure Idra had the most fun playing elfi back then. Was a long, long time ago.
Plays very similar today.
Yeah, yeah. So, well, for now, elfi just going to scout around here, make sure nothing's crazy is going on near his bases, but it is Iron Fortress. Maybe he was trying to scout out for an Overlord timing, actually, coming into that direction, which would be quite smart there from elfi, just in case they had spawned horizontal positions, and he'd have been able to spot that heading across.
So I wonder what type of plays elfi does, because the more recent Protoss play style is take a third base as soon as you can into like a blink attack off 3 bases with +2. I think that kind of suits elfi too.
Yeah, I would say so. I would say so. He's been all about a lot of gateway pressure, a lot of big gateway attacks, and just trying to kill his opponent off from there. And Queen's already moving down towards his natural pretty rapidly here, so he can get that lava inject off fast. Pokes forward, see the hatchery completing. Now elfi understands that it is a bit more of a normal game here.
Yeah. And he's going to keep his probe out on the map for a little bit, just look around for the third or so. But he hasn't scouted inside the main base here, so doesn't know if TargA's got any tricks up his sleeve, whether gas has been taken or not. And TargA definitely capable of those tricks, but we already see Chrono Boost into the cybernetics core for elfi. Total of 3 gateways down, probe kind of still out in the middle of the map. Zealot and Mothership Core looking to meet and greet the probe. And a 4th gateway, woohoo!
Oh, wow.
elfi hype!
Oh, it's time for the sand build. Brilliant stuff.
So, single gas, 4 gateways. Let's do this. Chrono Boost in the cyber core. Let's get the Zealots rolling, boys.
I haven't seen this for a while either. This is brilliant. I'm loving this. Well,
already a spine coming in here for TargA. Now just taking gases for the first time. He's not going to be close to roaches. He will have queens. He's at 2, 3 currently. May need to build another one. But the hype is here. The pylon's being built.
Right next to an Overlord. And this funny thing is that elfi knew that the Overlord was here. He's even protecting it with the Zealot in this little crevice.
Yeah, Roach one put down immediately here. TargA knows what's going on. He sees gateways on the wall off. He's got the Overlord that's floating around, so he's like, no probes on that natural. He knows what he's doing. He's got to defend.
Even getting himself a few probe kills with these Zerglings. So, great start for him to try and deal with this. The Overlord, where did it go? Okay, so it did back off, but he knows exactly what's going to be warping in from here on out. This
Wouldn't be surprised if elfi just Chrono Boost probes now and says that this is kind of you're on 2 bases, you're building 2 spines, you got 3 queens, you have no third. I can just kind of put pressure on you, but I don't actually need to continue to build a lot of stuff. I can actually just count my probes again.
Yeah, and just extra actual sentries warping in here.
Yeah, I mean, he might as well. I mean, it's the same as warping in them at home, and he's banking up energy. They're just out on the other side of the map, which he can recall back as long as he doesn't lose them. It's as good as having them at home too, so it's fine. I like this.
He did have quite a bit of energy on the Mothership Core. Health on the Mothership Core drained by these queens, so he does have to be a bit careful about poking forwards with it.
Yeah, you can even catch these queens out in the open.
I could.
No Zergling speed, just straight towards the lair in the evolution chamber.
Spines were escorting that.
Whoa.
Now he sees all the sentries there, and he's got to make
no, he
more
missed.
units.
Well, he got cannon 1 Roach, but he missed the force field there.
Yep, doesn't want to sacrifice that zealot.
I'll put the robotics facility down.
Zerglings are on the way.
Yeah, not going to do anything.
Yeah.
2 Stalkers here.
Yep.
The hype train continues. It's 2 base Zerg. Burrow on the way.
Burrow shuts that down pretty hard if he continues on with it, but it's not like he is continuing on with it tremendously. It's 37 workers against 45, and Forge was planted down a while ago.
Elfi's going to have a look up here to see if he can get a cancel on that 3rd. Still got recall at any time, +1 attack starting.
He's going to get the cancel.
Yeah, lovely
So,
jubbly.
Nice move.
But he is going to need detection. He is going to need a robotics facility for the Observer if he's going to fight against these borrowed roaches.
Yeah, and he doesn't realize right now. He can't realize. I mean, how could he possibly know what the transition is here from...
No. It's a Twilight
TargA.
Council for Blink and +2 soon.
And that's not what he needs when it comes to detection.
Yeah. He can have Lings borrowing on the 3rd bases as well to prevent the 3rd Nexus from going down anytime soon.
Thing is, with the timing of it, I wonder if he can spot Burrow early on enough whilst he's on this side of the map, and then recall out, then maybe he can prepare properly.
He's backing off now. There's a lot of roaches.
Not going to see anything.
He's going to have a quick look with his Hallucinated Phoenix what's going on. He's going to see this late 3rd, but he sees a lot of roaches.
Yeah.
And sees a 3rd. He's going to have a look inside the main.
If he cuts corners and doesn't get detection, this blink kind of attack here with this is not very good against Burrow.
Just sees a Roach War and Roach speed. Robo coming down because he's starting to just worry about this now. Is this actually happening to me? Well, nice force fields. But unfortunately,
it's to Burrow.
It's worth 3 more force fields, I think, here to wait for the cannon to finish.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's got so many sentries at this moment in time.
Wait for it.
What?
Don't let these guys escape.
Good stuff.
That's okay. Cannon will finish now to get that. So 2 roaches down. Tunneling Claws on the way, but I'm sure we're going to have an Observer now. And then Elfi's going to move over, take his 3rd base with the Observer, and then even start to add in Immortals.
Buying time for the Hydralisk Den here, though, is TargA, and that's a great little transition for him. Obviously, his 3rd base isn't exactly up and running just yet, but it will be very soon. And from that point on, he will be able to amass a very, very strong army of Roach Hydra.
Yeah, he will, but, you know, Roach Hydra's decent, but so is Blink Stalker Sentry.
Yeah, true. We've seen it work miracles.
If he catches some of these roaches too with the trap of force fields, and there's a lot of gateways coming in. He's gone up to like 9 gateways.
Tunneling Claws needs to finish up soon. Well, but even then, even if he gets force fielded in and has to slowly creep out underground, it's not the best of spots.
Having a quick movement out here. Elfi just... oh, Elfi. He doesn't even care about taking a 3rd. He's going to attack.
Of course, man. Of course, it's Elfi.
Yeah. And he's not quite close with that +2 yet. Still got 1.5 minutes almost.
March across the map, see if you could do some damage, but Hydralisks are popping now.
Pretty good creep spread. Going to get rid of some of this. 2 spines protecting the high ground. Pretty nice.
Yeah. And he does see, well, I mean, if he's seen the roaches with Tunneling Claws, he could kind of detect that with the spikes on them, so just have to be careful with it. Extra spine crawlers are going to be added on. Can he not just go around and go past these 4 spine crawlers and go elsewhere?
Then he attacks on creep, though.
True, yeah, he'd have to clean up it all. So it's a bit difficult.
So, I mean, he can, but does he want to? Time Warp's available.
Ooh.
Oh. Not too much there.
No.
And TargA's army's getting pretty beefy now.
Might go for the wraparound. The Hydra's on the right-hand side. They don't have the tanking support here of the Roaches, but if they come in from the back, then where are the Blink Stalkers supposed to go? He's actually doing pretty well against the Hydralisks on this right-hand side, but can the Roaches get through to this soft, squishy center as the army supply vastly in favor here of TargA? He gets that full wraparound and he will kill.
Yeah, this is not going to work out here for Elfi, unfortunately, and TargA looking to go in the lead in this series after that wonderful start he had.
There you go.
GG. Elfi drops map number 3. TargA picks it up. 2-1 to TargA.
Good stuff there by TargA to respond appropriately to any little thing he was going to throw at him. Obviously, the 4-gate zealot pressure that we haven't seen for a long, long time coming out there, but he had all the answers to it.
Yeah, that was That was an interesting game. Maybe elfi shouldn't have gone for this attack there, but I think that he thought that having the Zerg on 2 base for long enough that the production wouldn't be strong enough to be able to keep up with what he could attack with, but it was. And TargA does that well. He dealt with the whole game pretty well there. Was pretty composed, pretty calm, sat back 2 bases, slowly moved out with the roaches, and looked in good shape eventually.
Yeah, and now that brings us on to game number 4 here with TargA. 1 map away from requalifying into Premier again. As he has been there a few times, but as we said, since that past couple of seasons ago, having a really, really strong run, hasn't quite found that again. So he would love to start mounting another kind of comeback, a resurgence here through the World Championship Series, because he's got Norwegian blood in him, and that has
apparently
a lot of prestige.
A lot of success, yeah. A lot of prestige, a lot of success when you got that. It's a long time ago since he got that top 8. Season 3 of 2013. And we're in Season 1 of 2015 now, or Season 2, should I say. Getting closer and closer to that 2-year mark where TargA had that top 8. Been a while.
It's funny because it only seems like yesterday. The amount of StarCraft we have packed into our minds now, it really just feels like yesterday. It's crazy.
It's quite a while ago, but I mean, elfi hasn't qualified for Challenger I mean, he got Challenger, let's have a look. 3 seasons ago was the last time he played in Challenger as well, so that's quite a while. That would have been Season 2 in 2014, so that's coming up to a year. Last time elfi was in WCS as well.
Yeah, it looks like both of our players are ready here. We're going to be going on to Echo for our next map, and again, as I said before, if we need it, it will be Varney Research Station. So this is going to be an interesting one here between TargA and elfi. We've already seen some crazy builds coming out from the pair of them now.
I would love to see elfi make it to Premier League. He's a great personality. He's a great player to have, but there's no doubt TargA is the favorite player between these two. TargA is performing better and better and better. He's top 5 Zerg easily in Europe, so he's a contender always for Premier League and should be competing for top 16, top 8 positions more often. So losing in Challenger here doesn't make much sense for TargA, but on the other side, who doesn't want to see elfi take on Haz in the round of 16, round of 32?
I know everyone wants to see elfi take on Haas in the round of 32, and my sides will probably not be able to take it, but it would be the most glorious series of all time. So. Please, please, please happen. That would be great.
That would be cool to see, I'm sure.
Yes, it would. All right, so we're getting loaded up now as these players are ready to get into game number 4. Obviously, after this, we have 2 more series here for the World Championship Series Challenger, as we only have 3 more spots to decide, actually. That's dawning on me just now.
A slot up for grabs here, and then afterwards, and then the big one at the end of the night is going to be Harston versus Serral.
All right, let's get into it then, as we have, at the moment, a 2-1 situation against this guy up to the top left. It is our blue Protoss. It is elfi. And down to the bottom right-hand corner, we have our red Zerg fighting for justice. It is TargA.
Okie dokie then. Another StarCraft game.
Another one.
All right, come on, elfi. Show us what you got.
Where's the forge? No, it's not going to be a forge. No.
Yeah, it's probably, with the pylon placement, just going to be that gateway again.
Yeah.
But he tried the 4 gates that San made ever so popular. But I wonder what's next.
Yeah. San has since, I guess, gone away from that quite a lot. It's funny because a lot of the builds that we're seeing out of elfi are, quite old. Aside from, obviously, the transition into the Blink +2 play, but that has stood the test of time. That has been around for a long time as the +2 Blink play.
Yep, it has, and it's the best way to play this matchup right now.
Yeah, very powerful.
If you want to be able to beat Zergs, this is what you need to do. It's no longer the Colossus play. It's all about the hype that the Blink Stalkers bring.
Yeah, critical mass Blink Stalkers, man. They are powerful. Very, very strong. And, well, for now, TargA checking out everything, making sure that nothing is on this side, and goes hatch first. So pretty much calls elfi's bluff here, which is pretty cool.
He should have cannon rushed.
He should have.
Should have.
Should have. Oh, well, elfi. He'll get over there, he'll be like, damn, missed opportunity, and then go back to his Nexus.
Yeah, I would say that. I would love to see a cannon. I have to see a cannon rush from elfi. Come on, man. Next game.
You're expecting
Pray for the next game.
Yeah.
Yeah, decide a game too, because he'll win this one and then cannon rush the 5th map.
Brilliant. Just how it should be. Showtime didn't quite have the success there that he needed with that.
It's because he's not as good as elfi when it comes to cannon rushing.
That's true. That is very true. elfi has a long lineage, a long heritage of cannon rushing prowess. It's built, it's in his bones. It's in his bones to do it.
All right, so elfi has a quick look inside, sees gas this time. His opponent didn't have gas the previous one, maybe the reason why. Oh no, he didn't actually scout that his opponent had no gas, my bad. He just went for 4-gate anyway. But this time he has 2 gas himself, so no 4-gate coming out from elfi. Could go for 3-gate pressure still, if he adds on 2 extra gateways when he decides to build his wall off on his second base. But elfi is a player, he's more of an Oracle type of guy.
Yeah, he is more an Oracle type of guy. And then the scary thing that was twigging in my mind is like, this is a big, important game for elfi. And there was always those moments in the past where elfi had really important games and just decided to go 2 StarGate and make a load of Void Rays. But the funny thing is that if he was ever to try that in this wacky situation that I'm theorizing in my mind, TargA was actually one of the best people at denying that kind of play.
Yeah.
So probably not the best idea to do so.
Probably not. But he's fought fire with fire, cheese and cheese today already.
Yep. Mothership calls out. We'll be able to save this probe.
Yeah. Sentry pretty early. So I think we're going to see gateways at this front here. With the sentry being built, it doesn't really have enough to build that Stargate immediately. There's no probe out on the map though. Second sentry coming in. He's looking at a 3rd here, I think. A couple of gateways in a 3rd.
Wow,
I don't think he'll want to power up more than that. Well, I don't know. You can't tell with elfi. And that's something that TargA's got to be very careful on. He's got eyes on the gas on the natural to know how far and how much minerals that his opponent's bringing in rather than gas. And already you'd start to think, where are the gases? And he'll be keeping track of those.
His Zerglings about to gain themselves some metabolic boost into their lives and just try and poke across, see what they can find.
Yeah, get some wings and have a look up this ramp and see those gateways.
Yep. So that will at least give him a little bit of info as to what's going on.
Yeah, let's have a look. Whoa, 2nd or 3rd gateway, okay.
Whoosh.
There's a forge being added on here by elfi, so he's following a build that leads him towards the 3rd base being taken. And with that forge coming in, can start to add cannons to protect that 3rd. And TargA taking no risks. Roach Warren down.
Yep.
He wants to be able to build roaches if this guy just randomly attacks him.
And if elfi goes to this big macro focus now, it's like trying to play to his image and trying to say, well, haha, I could do anything, but I'm just going to go to the straight macro. But at the same time, going up against TargA, once he identifies something like that, then you're going to be in for a rough time against TargA.
elfi needs to get that +1 on the roll. A little bit late with it, really. I'm just now starting it.
Sees the 3rd as it begins with this Overlord on the high ground, obviously.
Yeah, and TargA's got a lot of Overlords already been built, so he's going to be cramming out those roaches. He's going to try to break this down, and he's going to stop elfi in his tracks. elfi is looking to take this 3rd to power up for not now, but for later. And that later may never get reached. There's 15 roaches on the way for TargA. And here's Hallucinated Phoenix coming out from elfi. What does he see? Sees roaches and no drones. He knows he's about to be attacked. But can he stop it? Because he really doesn't have a lot. He adds on 2 cannons on this natural. On this 3rd. Sorry, 3 cannons.
Still some more sentries here, so has some
4 cannons.
Time. Whoa, 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 whoa. Calm down, elfi.
He knows he's being attacked and he has to defend this location.
All right, even more cannons.
Yeah.
And more pylons. He's kind of making a lot of cannons, but not in the way we expected him to.
Well, the thing is he can force field his own ramp on his natural, and hopefully these cannons up here with the Photon Overcharge are enough to stop this.
Yeah. The Nexus is going to finish up soon, you're right. So
there's the 2 force fields.
Goes over here, realizes, whoa, that's a lot of cannons. But
it's an overcharge.
He's going to start working on the pylons here by the looks of things. Doesn't even care too much about the cannons themselves. As the roaches go around here, going to focus down both of these remaining pylons, but he's actually already killed off quite a lot of the roaches.
Oh, cannon, hype, anybody, please. Last cannon, no, the pylon.
Oh, no, well, okay, so he can actually force field a few more. Oh, he didn't get them.
He already lost so much here. That's really
around.
good. The cannon's finishing
into the main. Oh, that force field. He gets just 1 Zergling into the main, but at the same time, the entire of his force is trapped out.
No more energy for these roaches.
He's losing so many of the sentries to this.
Run away.
That's brutal. That's brutal.
If it wasn't for losing all those sentries, I would have said that was the sickest defense.
Yeah, but then that happened.
Yeah, and with losing all those sentries, he has no force field energy, which means stopping any next wave is so difficult because he can't control it. He can't control the crowd. And now we have 12 roaches on the way, and TargA's just going to do the same again. He realizes that was a big pick-off of all those sentries, and his opponent just won't be able to force field to stop this.
Yeah.
So a very, very sticky moment here for elfi as he tries to fight for his tournament life within the World Championship Series. And I just want to see a cannon rush in Game 5.
Yeah, that's all you wanted, man. That's all you wanted, and you're not going to get it at this rate. I mean, TargA, he's coming for the kill. This is going to be a lot of army he's going to have here. 43 army supply at the moment with a few more Zerglings popping. He's getting burrow as well, so even if he does kill off this location, he'll just burrow something and then be pretty annoying. But that being said, there is an observer on the way, plus 2 weapons, as well as blink for this army, and 4th base behind it for TargA.
Yes. This is going to be hard. This is going to be difficult to stop here for elfi. He's got all those cannons on his 5th base, on that 3rd base, 5 cannons on that 3rd base, but it's not about that base anymore. It's about just not dying outright.
Yep.
I think TargA can have a look up there and say, well, you know what?
Probably not.
Screw you. Swing round to the right-hand side and see what he can do there.
Pokes forwards, and all he has to do is really hit in between those 2 bases to the army. Oh, Zerglings tried to go for the counter, trying to lure that army out of position.
There is an observer that sees this, so elfi hopefully trying to hold on. He's finishing up with 5 gateways shortly, plus 2 attack not far away, blink not far away. If TargA's going to do this, he has to do it soon. He can't keep waiting. The sentry counts back up. It's 7 or 8. Quite a few force fields.
Worker supplying total 70 workers almost here for elfi. Jeez, across these 3 bases. He's really powering up, but can he make use of it?
I mean, TargA is still planning this attack. He's been planning it for ages. He's been building and building and building and building this army. A couple of supply blocks have slowed that down.
He really doesn't like rocks, apparently.
No, he's getting rid of all of those. But he's still going for this. Complete flood of Ling and Roaches.
Those rocks sure do take a long time to break down, but he will eventually bring it down, and then from that point on, make it easier for these Roaches to reinforce.
Plus 2 is done. Blink has been completed.
Yeah.
There are 2 Immortals with a 3rd on the way. TargA. When's this going to happen?
I don't know. I don't know. He's got an Infestation Pit on the way. He's looking to transition. And this push forwards with the pylons as well as force fields, this is going to be hard to break through from.
Yeah, he's got Tumbling Claws now, so he can go under to get towards those Immortals.
Could try that. There is an Observer there, though, I believe. Which will be able to spot anything that moves out.
Come on, Game 5 cannon hype.
You really want it. Might happen. He might hold. It's very likely to hold if he gets this right. Zergling's going to move forwards here with the Roaches. A few trying to sneak in at the back. Don't think he quite spots them just yet, but he's very close to.
elfi's army is growing and growing and growing. This attack just hasn't happened.
It's really strong.
And, you know, TargA's been he was at 60 or just below 60 drones for a long time building this army up. Didn't really go full saturation on his bases.
Didn't fully commit to really anything. I mean, this is kind of...
Oh.
Ooh.
No.
No.
No, no, no.
The first force field of doom. Not going to catch any of these units in as they don't stick around.
Massive army elfi has. He's getting close to +3.
And now the slow wall of pylons begins here for elfi as he tries to move across the map. This is going to be difficult. This PC is not having it, apparently. As elfi going to move on forwards here, and he's slowly encroaching onto TargA's side of the map where there is not really any creep, so nothing really to deny the slowdown of this.
Yeah, this is just simple Ling and Roach versus a lot of +3 stuff from Protoss.
Yeah. The soft innards of this army, being the sentries at the middle, are very well protected here. Just blinks back a chunk of those, and he's going to try and wrap around from all sides, but the force field's actually really pretty good on the back side of this, and will be able to isolate all of those units off. The Zerglings get nothing.
Come on, elfi hype, look at this.
Wow.
40-50 supply lead. TargA missed his window where Ling and Roach could have flooded through, and now elfi with his +3 attack army. A counter-attack has been launched.
But
look at this army, it's not going to be stopped.
No, not at all. Not at all. Lings and Roaches are going to pop out from these 2 bases and then instantaneously die. The counter-attack of just Lings alone, really, all he has to do is really warp in some Zealots back at home and he'll be fine.
This is not going to be stopped. TargA's in trouble, and elfi is going to take us to game number 5. Finland continues to fight, and that cannon rush is still possible.
Yes, it could be, as for now he's going to lay waste to their third base as well, as TargA is just going to try and expand everywhere. He hardly has any units. The majority of his counter-attack force died off to those 5 cannons.
I mean, he tried to get it towards Hive and Ultralisk, but he just did not get there. And now he's got a lot of money. He's hoping that he could still get Ultralisk out and maybe still beat this army, but that's probably just not going to work. Well, quite sure it's not going to work.
Unbelievable, unbelievable stuff. As the Spine Crawlers will try and go to work out this army, but there's just too much here for elfi. What a series so far. Back and forth between these two. GG, elfi ties it up 2-2, and we are going to the 5th map, Sean.
We are, and what was the map? Vanny Research Station, like you said?
Yes.
Yeah, feeling it.
Feeling it?
Come on, elfi, do something wild and crazy and either go through in flames or out in flames. That's how I want to see you play.
Yeah, that would be pretty sick. That would be pretty sick. So for now, we are just waiting briefly for these guys to get into the game. And TargA now, as I said at the very beginning of, well, actually towards the end of game number 1, regardless of if he wins or loses, it is going to be one of those scratch your head moments and just be like, what?
Yeah.
What just happened?
Every series elfi. I've cast some games over the years since 2010. This guy has been absolutely berserk, and he has delivered some of the craziest games I've ever watched. And I think we could see this again here today. Come on, bring it, elfi. Let's see.
All right, so both of our players are almost ready and good to go here into this. Obviously, after, once again, we have 2 more series to come, as we only boil it down now to 3 more spots available in Premier League, and either elfi or TargA is going to be one of our advances through.
Yeah, and so far Zerg been doing pretty well all the way through to Premier League. Now 13 Zergs and just 9 Terrans is the closest race, 7 Protoss.
Yeah, doing really, really well. 3 of those being Team Liquid, of course, with their 5 for 5, all qualifying very, very close to one another.
Yeah, feels like a Zerg victory this season.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
A lot of Zergs, but of course the sole amount of Protoss and Terran are very, very strong, but we'll see, I guess. We'll see. There's a lot of Zerg, but are they good enough to be champions?
And with the recent changes to Zerg, one was wonder if it is going to be that Zerg victory, because some of them feel a little bit more flustered in this position. But regardless, let's get into it. Game number 5, as we have in this best of 5. Spawning up to the north, it's our blue Protoss. It is elfi. And down to the south, it's our red Zerg. It is TargA for Imaginary Gaming.
All right. Come on, what you got, elfi? The thousands of fans you have, I want to see you go through in flames.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Well, the pylon's at the front again. And, well, technically on this map, actually, you can throw the forge down at the front because of the way it works. So that works as well. But I think it might just be the go-to gateway, Sean.
All right, man. DTs.
DTs, yeah. Well, fully enough, he didn't actually even go Stargate in that previous game, right? Or am I imagining things?
Stargate?
No, he didn't go Stargate in that previous game.
No, the last one. No.
Oh, yeah. Okay. We were kind of expecting it, but oh well. So for now, elfi is going to send this forwards. Where's this probe going? Oh, it's the gateway. No. Oh well.
elfi.
Damn it.
I know there is $2,500 and a lot of WCS points on the line for this, but you've done dirtier things.
Yep, seems so.
Hatchery first would have been perfect.
Oh, and at the front as well.
Oh well, TargA smartly, but I mean in this case it's working out well for him. Going to take the hatchery out the front, push the creep out there earlier, which means that elfi is going to have a harder time with his 2 base attacks into a base that has a lot of creep around it already, compared to if TargA had expanded at the back. Yeah. Would have had no creep.
As I said, man, Norwegian blood. That's what it does to you. You take this base first. And for now, and Nexus going to go down here for elfi off the back of it. Wondering how he's going to mount up the later stages of this game, because there's certainly tons of options open to a guy like elfi.
Yeah, definitely. And I like that elfi is gotten quite a fast second pylon here. His probes are going to be quite high. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you see Protoss players get the assimilator and then the cyber core before that pylon, but no, he doesn't care. Chrono Boost continues on. Second gas coming in. Cyber core a little bit delayed here, so Mothership core a little bit delayed, but good economy. And in we go.
Heads across, has a look around, sees the gas coming in, and then from that point on, realizes that it's the hatchery out in the front that will be the first one.
Yeah.
And now he's like, "Dah, I should have cannon rushed."
Yeah. I mean, elfi is, like I said, capable of anything. So this probe can go out, can hide, can be used to build a pylon out on the open. But TargA is going to be complete vision. He's going to be an eagle in the sky, looking down with his overlords at all times. This overlord here on the right sees this probe coming to the right-hand side, and elfi having a look to see if this goal's been taken or not. Nope, it's just 2 base TargA.
Just 2 base TargA.
For now, TargA can maybe do something crazy of his own, but he should be just taking that 3rd at the back soon.
Making sure that probe's gone home as well. Just going to scout the entire right-hand side of this map, and then maybe even go over to the left-hand side, because you never know where this probe's going to go up until the Overlord will spawn it, maybe.
Gold base going to be taken by TargA. He's moving out a drone to take the gold.
Ooh. Nice. Like it.
Okay. Okie dokie.
And the thing is, he's going to push himself ahead so much with that. It's so much income in comparison to how elfi is set up at the moment. And if he goes Stargate, then yeah, cool. Maybe he can try and do something over there himself, but...
Well, he's gone for a 2nd century. His gateway tech choice is delayed, if not even going to happen.
Yeah.
So he can throw down a lot of gateways. He can look for a 3rd very soon. Whereas the gateway count, here we go. 2nd and 3rd coming in for elfi.
And that's about it so far.
At the moment, it's the same build as what he had done just in the previous map, where he took that 3rd. He adds the forge next to get ready to build the cannons on there, and then he takes a 3rd.
Uses a mothership core to clear out this natural location as the Queen here has walked over towards the gold base, very far, but will be there ready and waiting to get that lava injector going, maybe even creep. I mean, whatever you want to do at this point.
Big transfer of drones as well.
Good.
And if elfi takes this 3rd, I think we're going to see a big attack coming out from elfi. Minimal drones, and just go, 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 go. And he's got a single evolution chamber finishing up. What is this for?
Fun thing about all of this is that he never really felt the need to get a Roach Warren just yet.
No. He hasn't really scouted that much inside elfi's base, but we do have melee. And the Roach Warren, aggressive TargA coming out, everybody.
And
he's going to be going a lot of Zerglings and a lot of Roaches to hopefully bring this 3rd down. elfi pretty much held it in the last match, but he did have a good scout of what was going on. He's just seen the gold.
Yeah. And the thing is on a map like this, if you actually do put cannons down at the front here, once again, they're in a better place to defend your main and natural compared to what we were seeing on the previous game, so it's okay.
Yeah, I think he's starting to understand what's going on. He sees a Roach Warren finishing up, he saw a single evolution chamber, and he also didn't spot a layer, I don't think. So it is just 1 cannon for now, walling it in. Pylon at the back to create a wall off as well behind his mineral line.
Income, though, very high here for TargA.
TargA hasn't started to build any of these units yet. He's added on a 2nd evolution chamber. Taking in more gas. Is he even going to attack here?
It doesn't look like it. I mean,
he was definitely set up to where he could start building towards it, but...
I mean, maybe if that's the last round of drones and that these 4 overlords, he now really opens up the floodgates, but... Yeah.
I don't know, not with the 2nd Evo. I think he'd be looking to get Carapace and then maybe +2. I don't know, 14 links coming in. There's a lot of sentries here. It's going to be very hard to break. There we go, 28.
All right. Gearing on up. Gearing on up. Blink has started here for elfi behind this. Getting his +1 chrono boosted out. Robo facilities on the way.
Drones again, though. Infestation pit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's going to go towards Ultralisk quite fast in this game.
Very fast.
Yeah, so you'll get continued upgrades from the evolution chamber shortly, but elfi just got to keep scouting. He has a look with his hallucinating phoenix, sees the layer, sees gas has been taken, sees the infestation pit.
Now things have got to be twigging, surely.
So now he's like, oh, this guy's gone up to hive. I mean, you don't see the infestation pit go, oh no, swarm host. No, that doesn't happen anymore.
No. Gonna wall all this off as well. He's playing a little bit of a tower defense.
But still only 63 drones for TargA, not that high.
Wow, this wall. Wow. Brilliant stuff. It's a lot of gateways.
A lot of roaches on the way now too. Hive's going to start, so double upgrades. Hive, bit of roaches, bit of lings to put some pressure on, but TargA is going towards Ultralisk. Ling Infester, Ultralisk. And right now it's just Blink Stalkers and +2 attack. Couple of sentries to support for elfi.
Needs to figure this out. He needs to have the Immortals worked in pretty quickly.
Well, I think he's just going to go, but he doesn't care about Immortals. He's just going to attack
just
very
goes
soon.
to this?
Yep,
Yeah.
before that's even ready. Because he knows the Hive is on its way. You don't get the Infestation Pit and go, just stay on Ling Infestor. You know, he knows he's going towards Hive, to either Viper or Ultralisks. So he's going to attack before that. And here we go.
All right. Well, where's his probe? Where's his pylon at the moment? Slowly moving on out. Very slowly. It's going to go down the right-hand side here. Look to pressure the gold base. There is a little bit of creep extending from there, though, so it will keep it a little bit defended.
5 Infestors. Hive almost done.
+2 weapons on the way here for the melee, as well as rapidly approaching here for elfi.
I think this is going to be a bit difficult here for elfi. It depends on the engagement. On creep, off creep, big surround, no surround, fungal growths. Because if they just trap everything down, a recall must happen, and then we'll see Ultralisks. So if this attack doesn't work, Ultralisk will come into this game.
Yeah. As Infestor, first Infestor, popped out in the right location to go for a fungal first.
Ling and Roach is ready to come from behind. Here we go.
And he's going to try and get a full surround here, trying to isolate some of the Lings at the front with all of these force fields.
These force fields, there's so many cracks.
Yeah, they're really letting a lot of units through. Here come the Roaches as well. And maybe he can battle off against this. The Fungals actually landed on some of the sentries. They're going to die off at the front as well. Is there enough Blink Stalkers here to hold on through? He could actually do quite a bit of damage, but then can he deal with the extra follow-up of a lot more Zerglings?
2 Infestors going down, and he's going to have to sacrifice this base. Trap them in.
Oh, and those force fields have no cracks, so some free kills there on drones. The Ultralisk Cavern never went down, I don't think.
No, it's just Ling, Roach, Infestor, and he lost quite a few of the Infestors already.
It's just going to keep on warping in Stalkers.
Oh, elfi, hype anybody.
Maybe the counter-attack, maybe TargA's going to try that, but the wall-off is certainly real.
Yeah, the wall-off is real, and the gold base goes down, and it's now 3 base to 3 base. Ultras Cavern on the way, and somehow TargA needs time to get there, but elfi's not letting him. Elfi makes that attack work. The force fields were not amazing, but as we can see, he's continuing to attack forwards.
Is elfi going to Premier? Is that what's about to happen here? As he blinks forwards, trying to bring down a Queen. He sees a lot of Zerglings at the front there, with those Infestors as well. Places down one force field to make this choke a little bit narrower. And now he's going to try and flood in here with a lot of these Zerglings. So it's a full blink back. Fungal hits the entirety of this, but here come the drones as well. TargA knows he's in a bit of trouble as the small Stalkers move on forwards, even an extra pylon to warp on forwards. And he's probably done it here. A massive army supply advantage. And elfi, oh my god, Sean.
elfi going to Game 5. Looks like he's going to Premier League.
It wasn't quite a cannon rush, but it was good enough to finish TargA off as the Lings end up coming along again. There's 2 Ultralisks in production, but the Mass Blink Stalker, GG. elfi is able to advance to Premier League here after quite the wild series in series number 3 for the day.
elfi. 2 of the challengers out of 3 today have gone through to Premier League, knocking out 2 Premier League players. Happy, and now TargA. elfi makes it back to the Premier League for the first time in a lot of seasons. The second season of 2013 was the last time. That's pretty much 2 years.
Yeah.
On the dot since he made it to Premier League. Congratulations to elfi. That's crazy.
Yeah, crazy, crazy stuff. Commiserations, obviously, to TargA, who no doubt will be back next season to try and challenge. As you said before, he's one of Europe's top Zergs, but kind of got a pretty rough draw here in elfi. You know, we joke around with it in terms of, like, he is considered to be one of the most dangerous players here in Challenger, but he can throw a lot of spanners in the works, and you can just get caught off guard by anything.
Yeah, that's, I mean, elfi's going to be so fun to watch when he comes to Premier League, and what he's going to bring to the table, and can he use these aggressive plays to knock down more opponents, and more importantly, can he have a match against Haz in the round of 32?
All right, so we are now going to go to a short break. We're a bit ahead of schedule, so maybe this one will be slightly longer as we get all of our players good to go into the next series. So join us after the break when we're going to have more WCS Challenger action here from ESL Studios.